Dear students, see the next question from class 11th, motion in a straight line. Ncert exercise problem number 3.17. Okay, see the question. It's a fantastic analysis question from the graph. So how to analyze the graph? Okay, see this. Figure shows that, actually figure 3.21 like that given in the textbook. So just I write commonly. Figure shows that xt graph. So you know very well xt, x and t. That is a position and a time graph. So that is a meaning. So in the x-axis is the time and y-axis is the position. Okay. See that xt plot of one-dimensional motion. So let us imagine they gave as a one-dimensional motion. Generally one dimension means maybe like this one dimension, or otherwise one dimension, or left side, or otherwise upward direction. So anyhow it is a one dimension. Okay, one dimensional motion of the particle. Is it correct to say from the graph that the particle moves in a straight line? Okay, t is less than 0 and on a parabolic path t is greater than 0. Okay, so என்ன சொல்ல வராங்கன்னா, when up to t is less than 0 the motion of the particle is straight line. When the time is greater than 0, okay, it become, what is that, particle moving in a parabolic path. Okay, அப்படியான்னு கேக்குறாங்க. Okay, suppose if not, ஒருவேளை அப்படி இல்லை அப்படின்னா, suggest a suitable physical context for this graph. Okay, can you understand the question? If the less than, I mean the time value less than 0 means the particle motion is one dimensional. If the time value is more than 0 means it become parabolic path அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. Okay, whether it is correct or not. If it is wrong means why? That is a question. How to analyze this question? Okay, in simple way we have to analyze this. So we analyze. See that, dear students, first you observe the graph. Okay, see that in that x-axis time period is there, and then y-axis, that is a position, is there. Okay, right. So this is 0, time is 0. So before the 0 it is a negative value, time is negative. Okay, if you observe this graph here, it is like a straight line, like that we feel. It's a direct meaning of the graph. Directly you should observe. I don't know anything about the graph. Simply I am saying, so less than 0, this blue color is straight line. Okay, then after that greater than 0, the blue color is like some parabolic path. Okay, so whether this is the motion of the particle or not, generally the motion of the particle, the parabolic means what? For example, now I throw this object, it is moving this path, it's a parabolic path. It is like a projectile motion. So generally in the projectile motion, if you observe that, the variation in the x-axis are as well as in the y-axis also. X coordinate and y coordinates. And now I throw this object, in x coordinate and y coordinates, in both coordinates, that value will be changed simultaneously. So it is not a parabolic path, first of all, but they said about the parabolic path. Clear? So first to understand, if you observe this graphical diagram structure like a parabolic, but it is not parabolic motion. You understand? So it is not parabolic motion means what is this? So see that in the graph x-axis is time period, in y-axis is position. Okay, listen, see this, for example, x-axis is time, y-axis is position. So the graph is like that. Okay, right, or otherwise this is actually given in the graph. So you remember this diagram, this the slope. So in the y-axis the change in position, that is like delta x. X-axis that is delta t. So delta x divided by delta t, what is that? Yes, delta x divided by delta t. Generally we can say change in position divided by the change in time. That is what? It is a speed. Clear? It is a speed. So what I am going to say, listen, if you focus this, it is like let's we take the slope in this graph. See that? It is light slope. Correct or not? You understand? It is a light slope. Slope little increasing. Slope increasing. Slope increasing. Slope increasing. Increasing, 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 increasing. So what I am going to say, if it is a small slope, see that if it is the small slope, the speed is less value. If the slope is increasing, the slope is increasing, the slope is increasing. You understand? So here low speed, speed increasing, 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 increasing. So when the time is increasing, the change in position is increasing high. That means what? That means what? The speed is increasing. Okay? In even that interval of time, equal interval of time, the position will be changing. What is that? Non-uniform. Okay? So here less slope. From the beginning, if you observe that, here light slope, light it is too difficult to move. That means what is meant? So here less slope, that means less speed. Slope is increasing, so speed increasing. Again slope increasing, increasing, increasing. So it is a high speed. But here, before this zero, see that the before the zero, what is the slope? No slope. That means what? That means what? Rest position, zero speed. So this is the nature of the graph. Up to the time starting, up to the starting time, the object is rest position. After start the time, the object is moving in which way? You remember that? See that gradually increasing speed. Even we discussed in the so many class back, the Galileo's odd numbers also. 1:3:7:9:11 so like that. What is the meaning? It is example for freely falling ball. Now I didn't start the time. Still it is a zero, or otherwise now I am going to start. Now I am going to start. Okay. So before going to start, that means before the zero, just I consider as t is less than 0. So in t is less than 0, the object is rest position. The object is rest position. Clear? Now still is it's a 0. Before the 0, the particle is rest position only. And I'm going to start. Okay? Listen. See that? 0, 0, 0, I mean it is a negative, for example -3, -2, -1, 0. So 0, after that what happened? After leaving my hand. So the speed is increasing gradually increasing. Okay, for example in equal interval of time, it will cover unequal path. The path value will be high because due to under the action of gravity. Okay, so the acceleration is due to the 9.8 meter per second square. So that speed will be increasing. So this graph is represent exactly for freely falling body, because the freely falling body acting towards the earth in the straight line. See the straight line. Okay, not in the curved path, not in zigzag path. Just I leave this object, it will move in a straight line. So it is a straight line. So in the straight line also, speed increasing, speed again increasing, speed again more increasing, because it is represented by this slope. So this slope is represent for freely falling body. So in the initial position, speed is 0 because there is no slope. After that, the speed value increasing. Again, I'll come here. It is increasing. Again here, the speed is increasing more like the previous. Comparing to the previous one, the next speed will be increasing gradually. So this graph is represent for freely falling body. Okay, I hope you understand this question. Okay, so like that only you should analyze the graph. Okay, thank you.